Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Turn it up.
What you're about to hear may cause your speakers to explode.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is keeping it real in the feed.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Cherish is the word I use to describe all the feeling that I have hiding here for you inside. You don't know how many times I wish that I had told you. You don't know how many times I wish that I could hold you. You don't know how many times I wish that I could mold you into someone who could cherish me as much.
Everybody else is shocked.
Cherish you. Perish is the word that more than applies to the hope in my heart each time I realize that I am not gonna be the one.
Of course you did, Kathy, of course.
That I am not gonna be the one to share your schemes. That I am not gonna be the one to share what seems to be the life that you could cherish as much as I do yours. Oh, I'm beginning to think that man has never found the words that could make you want me, that have the right amount of letters, just the right sound that could make you hear, make you say that you are driving me out of my mind.
I did not.
Oh, I could say I need you, but then you'd realize that I want you, just like 1,000 other guys who say they love you.
Smoky in here, DC.
Rest of their life, and all they wanted was to touch your face, your hands, and gaze into your eyes. Cherish is the word I use to describe all the feeling that I have hiding here for you inside. You don't know how many times I wish that I had told you. You don't know how many times I wish that I could hold you. You don't know how many times I wish that I could mold you into someone who could cherish me as much as I cherish you. And I do cherish you. Oh, and I do. I cherish you. Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Cherish you.
All right, everybody. Holy crap. I appreciate everybody. You just never know what we're going to do on this damn show.
You're certainly getting variety, folks.
Well, I figured, why not?
Why not?
We're going to do that Sunshine Pop show. This fits right in.
You can't ignore this part of the canon if you're going to do the Sunshine Pop with his connection to Partridge Family and his early solo career.
Exactly. And we basically, is this after Partridge Family?
Yes. Well,
72. When did Partridge Family end?
It may have overlapped slightly.
Okay, Partridge Family was 70 to 74.
Yeah, overlapped slightly, and he was trying to plant little seeds for a solo career because you can't he was aging out of the whole Partridge Family scene, and he was wanting to have a career. And I tell you what, if you are going to break away from something like the Partridge Family, Cherish as a cover is the perfect song. I
Yeah.
mean, even I could sing that song and people would say, it's not terrible. That's just a
No.
great tune. Anyone who's competent that can carry a tune, that's just a great song.
So David Cassidy, kids, was born April 12, 1950, and he passed away November 21st, 2017. Of course, he's American singer, actor, songwriter, the ultimate teen idol in the early 70s. You cannot deny that. He kind of was the next wave after the Monkees were, the favorite teen idols.
Yeah, you started having your Donny Osmond and David Cassidy were kind of running neck and neck for the crown prince. But I tell you what's so weird. I have a younger sister. Guess whose posters were in her bedroom?
Danny Bonaducci.
No, not that weird. Robert Redford and Chad Everett. I
Okay.
think she may have favored the older gentleman, even at that young age.
So, like we just said, the Partridge Family ran 1970 to 74. But the thing is, at least doing research, David Cassidy always wanted to go out on his own. Pretty much, he wanted to rock out a bit. Now, this first debut solo album, there's not much rock on it. But the second record, which we are also going to play tracks from, kind of opens him up a little bit more. But when he was 21, he renegotiated his contract for creative control and royalties.
Yeah, of course. His dad was Jack Cassidy, who was a great songster of Broadway note, and his stepmother was Shirley Jones. So he was obviously getting good information as far as how you negotiate a contract and don't get screwed.
Yeah.
So,
but Wes Farrell, who did a lot of the Partridge Family, pretty much he did all the Partridge Family stuff. He was enlisted to work on this record. So in 1972, the debut solo album Cherish was released. It exploded. It became one of the world's highest. He became one of the world's highest paid entertainers. He had a fan club that was larger than the King or the Beatles.
I think his fan club, they were called Partridge People, and then they may have morphed into just David Cassidy fans. But, you got to drop these changes incrementally if you're stepping away from something like the Partridge Family to a solo career and where you eventually wanted to go. You can't shock your young audience by just coming out there like, from Partridge Family to doing something like Black Sabbath's Master of Reality.
You got to ease into Master of Reality.
Yeah, you got to ease into things little by little. And there are seeds of that in this first album, but this is a slight step away from the Partridge Family material, but not drastic.
No. Also, in 1972, he did a Rolling Stone cover. He did arena tours. He was big, but the pressure on a young David Cassidy was way overwhelming. Evidently, in 1974, there was, I don't know if anybody remembers, but there was a tragic 1974 London concert that had a stampede take place and killed a fan. That haunted his life forever. Kind of like The Who, 1979, where people were at Riverfront Coliseum and, geez, how many people got...
There were up in the teens.
Yeah. So anyway, after that, 1974, he stepped back from his teen idol mania. So in this show, DC and I are just primarily going to look at all these 70s records. I'm really not that much interested in anything that came later, but I'm really interested in all this 70s stuff because for an artist, he always wanted to be taken seriously. He wanted to rock out. And I thought, the Osmond Show did well. What the hell? Why don't we look at David Cassidy's solo catalog and see if there's really something more to it than we think?
Well, a little addendum with you mentioning that Rolling Stone article. And I don't know if you remember from back in the day, but that teeny bopper or that teen appeal image. He really tried to just detonate that like Wile E. Coyote, because it featured a photo of him shirtless and he's laying back like this and his pants are undone below the navel to get some of that vibe going.
I still see that shot and I'm picking the vibe up.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to just put all of that behind him and move on to whatever he wanted to do next. But
Donnie's weighing in a sad case of someone who let chemical addiction totally destroy them. He did basically fall apart at the end. He did. Now, Sean Cassidy seemed to fare better.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't so effed up like David Cassidy was.
Yeah, I think David was just, it was so explosive, and he was the initial one in that family. And maybe Sean learned a couple things from David's experience, what to do and what not to do. I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, it was a loss. We lost him. I think he had cirrhosis. He battled alcoholism,
well, he had
bankruptcy, his family. He was estranged from his family.
I think he had dementia too towards the end.
Yeah, he had dementia diagnosis in 2017. It was later determined that was alcohol related.
Oh.
So he died at 67 from liver failure. So I don't know. But these 1972 albums that we're looking at today, we're looking at Cherish and we're looking at Rock Me Baby. This kind of captures him in his absolute peak. Now, you kind of have to be open when we're listening to this. I'm just trying to look at the songs, the production, the songwriting. I'm trying to look at David Cass, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. DC may think I'm batshit crazy.
No.
I'm just trying to look at this catalog as, is it something that really, is there more to it? I mean, was David Cassidy really an artist? Did he achieve that, what he set out to do? Did he achieve that? Now, I don't know. We're going to play more songs. Anyway, DC, go ahead. I've been talking enough.
You have to frame it within its time, and you also have to frame it with what he was trying to do. And he had Wes Farrell kind of guiding him in one respect. But when you come from something like the Partridge Family and that content and where he wanted to see his career go, you had to map it out. I mean, and it had to be parsed out little by little. His young fans were getting older too. They were going to age out of a lot of the types of material that he had done with Partridge Family. But all these songs here are of their time. And he had very good songwriters creating content, much like the Monkees did. I'm sure he had his pick from some of the best available songs that were written in this genre. And we'll play a couple more and just see what you think, aside from, the hit from the album.
But he pretty much, like I said, he signed that contract. He had creative control of his solo catalog. So he was calling the shots on what to do.
Yeah, I think he realized too, though, he wanted to retain all those fans, and this was the way to go. I mean, you have to do it incrementally. So
anyway, we just listened to the track Cherish off the album Cherish from 1972. That was the debut album released February of 1972 on Bell Records, produced by Wes Farrell, recorded at Western Recorders with the Wrecking Crew playing on it. So you have to look at this one way. Don't forget the Wrecking Crew played on all the Beach Boys stuff. Hell, the Wrecking Crew played on all the Mamas and the Papas stuff. So same group of people, and it was the same people that played on the Partridge session. So the thing is with this record and his solo catalog, it's a little bit more mature, more theatrical. There's plenty of pop hooks here. DC could probably come and give us his thoughts on that, but it leans heavily on lush ballads, heavy string arrangements, and emotional vocal delivery. Kind of like a pop album with a little bit of Broadway on top.
Exactly.
So this record, we're going to look at both of them, but this record got up to number 15 on the Billboard 200, number 2 in the UK for 43 weeks in the top 40. Cherish got to number 9. In the States, it got to number 1 in Australia. Double A side, Could It Be Forever, Cherish got to number 2 in the UK. So there were some singles on here that did really well. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this track? The next track we are going to play, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be off the next album, Rock Me Baby 1972. And we will be playing that opening. Well, actually, we're not playing the opening track. We're going to play a track on here that is a cover of the Young Rascals. How Can I Be So Sure? And I have to say, his delivery on this song that we're going to play.
Grant,
Oof.
again, a
Fantastic.
case of if a guy's coming along and picking some material and you want to do a few covers, Cherish and then How Can I Be Sure are perfect. And his vocal interpretations and the arrangements of both of these songs, they're top shelf, folks. So
yeah, it's not like they didn't have good musicians. It was all well thought out. Now you might want to bitch and say, well, this is just like the Monkees or this is like the Partridge Family. Well, he was calling the shots at this time. So why don't we go to the next record real quick? We're going to bounce back and forth. Both of these records came out in 1972. And we're going to look at the next track. So How Can I Be Sure? This is on Rock Me Baby. And like I said, it's a cover of the Young Rascals. So if you take that song from the 60s and reimagine it with early 70s sheen, horns, David's emotional vocals, this might be I'm going to go on a ledge. Might say this might be my favorite version. In the UK, it went to number 1 for 2 weeks. It got to number 25 here in the States. Let's play it. We do want to hear what you think of it. I kind of dig it. I'm still trying to get used to this catalog because this whole show was to have DC and I talk about it. I haven't heard any of it before. So.
No, this is all news to me. Like I say, the only one in my household that would have had Cassidy material back in the day, she was into Chad Everett and Robert Redford, and musically she liked Elton John and Chicago and such. So other than the singles, I hadn't heard these albums in my life. So
all right, here we go. How Can I Be Sure? Let us know what you think. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff in the works. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. There it goes.
How can I be sure in a world that's constantly changing? How can I be sure where I stand with you?
Probably Carol Kay playing bass on this.
Whenever I'm away from you, I wanna die, 'cause you know I wanna stay with you. How do I know? Maybe you're trying to use me, flying too high, confuse me. Touch me, but don't take me down.
Wait out, we're gonna get there.
Whenever I'm away from you, my alibi is telling people I don't care for you. Baby, I'm just hanging around with my head upside down. It's a pity I can't seem to find someone who's as pretty and lovely as you. How can I be sure? I really wanna know. Really wanna know. How's the weather? Whether or not we're together we'll see it much better. I love you forever. You know that I can be. How can I be sure in a world that's constantly changing. How can I?
It's definitely Carol Kay.
In a world that's constantly changing. How can I? How can I? How can I? How can I be sure? I really wanna know. How can I? How can I? How can I? I really wanna know. I really wanna know. How can I? How can I? How can I? How can I be sure? I really wanna know. How can I? How can I? How can I? Really wanna know. I really wanna know.
Or maybe Neil Diamond, at least on these tracks that we're playing. But
Yeah, but how about those apples? That's a great cover and perfect for its time and its production and the way it's all put together. And Felix Pappalardi and Eddie Bugatti from the Rascals had a double payday on that album because he also covers "Lonely Too Long" from the Young Rascals as well.
X music. I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love there is no cure for. Yes.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum.
I can imagine him belting out some Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, I could too, easily. He
Oh,
could
I could
tackle some
too.
Neil Diamond. Maybe he did in his concert career. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. BM Bolt, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Listen to Neil Young doing a lot of slashing guitars.
That's a shocker because, being Bolt loves the slashers.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's
Neil
listening
Diamond's
to
done any
Neil.
of that.
Kelly, Hello House thought this started in a half an hour.
That's okay. We're glad to have you here.
Well,
You
it's
can always
fine.
get back.
Whatever. I got a show at 8 though, so we better get. I've been talking a lot. I'm on Guitar Hack's channel at 8 o'clock, where Martin and I will be talking Devo.
Oh,
So we better get moving.
busy man.
Better get moving. So, all right, next track. We are going to listen to off the album Cherish. Could It Be Forever? I don't know. We'll play it. Let us know what you think. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff, kids. That's all we're doing here in the winter. Here we go.
Could it be forever? Or is my mind just a rambling on? Only touched you once and
God, I could
kissed
hear
you
Neil
once,
Diamond
and now
doing
I feel
this.
like you're mine. Well, I feel like you're mine, and I see in your face I'm not wrong to have these feelings. Well, I feel like you're mine, I've never known a time before that's had so many meanings. Could it be forever? Or am I just wasting time? Well, I don't think so, 'cause you let me know. You make me feel like you're mine. Well, I feel like you're mine, and I can't remember when the feelings have been stronger. And all I know is I can't let go. I
miss that.
I wanna be with you just a little while longer.
Oyster Cult.
All my feelings come together. All of me is here. Never known when I felt better, 'cause I know this won't disappear.
Well, we're not there yet. Hold on, Byron.
Or is my mind just rambling on?
Who's listening to Neil
Maybe
Diamond?
it is, and if it is, then I'm moving on. Well, I feel like you're mine, and seeing your face, I'm not wrong to have these feelings. Well, I feel like you're mine, I've never known a time before that's had so many meanings. Feel like you're mine, feel like you're mine. Could it be forever? Feel like you're mine, feel like you're mine. Could it be forever? All I know is I want you so. Could it be forever? Feel like you're mine, feel like you're mine.
All right, well, let's just jump to the next track. I'm just going to keep it moving. We will play the next track. Wait a minute. That's not right. Hold on. Maybe we are playing that. No, we are not playing that. That's in the wrong order. We're going to play Rock Me Baby. Now, this rocks a little bit more, Byron, This rocks a little bit more. Let's play Rock Me Baby and see if that's more within your wheelhouse.
I will say I remember this, and at the time, me and my partner in science class thought, oh, Cassidy's really rocking out here. And we used to tease a girl that sat in front of us. We were going, rock me, baby, rock me. Just one of those odd little remembrances.
All right, here we go. Rock Me Baby. Let us know what you think.
They call me a rolling stone. I'm a freeborn man and a stand alone. I come looking for a little satisfaction. I don't drive no Cadillac, all I got's hanging on the back. But I do believe in a physical attraction. I can warm your coldest night. I'll make everything alright. Ooh, rock me, baby, let me feel that beat. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, right down through my feet. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, hold me oh so tight. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, rock me through the night. You better hold me while you can, or you're gonna lose your midnight man. Now come on and rock me, rock me.
Come on. Every woman wanted him. He probably got laid like you wouldn't believe.
I was 12 when I left home. Ever since I've been on my own. I come looking for a little recreation. Guess I'll never settle down. It's always been just one more town. Wild up from coast to coast across the nation. I can't promise I'll be true, but I'll just see what I can do. Come on, ooh, rock me, baby, let me feel that beat. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, right down through my feet. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, hold me oh so tight. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, rock me through the night. You better hold me while you can, or you gonna lose your midnight man. Now come on and rock me, rock me. Come on and rock me. Come on and shock.
This has a very Muscle Shoals kind of feeling on this record.
Come on, squeeze me. Ooh, you sure can please me. Alright, now get down. Ooh, rock me, baby, let me feel that beat. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, right down to my feet. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, hold me oh so tight. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, rock me through the night. Well, you better hold me while you can, or you're gonna lose your midnight man. Now come on and rock me, rock me. Alright. Ooh, rock me, baby, rock me through my feet. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, rock me to that beat now. I said, ooh, rock me, baby, hold me oh so tight.
All right, Mr. DC, what's your thoughts on this? Rock Me Baby.
Like I said, if you're going to start stepping away from the material that you did in the Partridge Family, this is a nice transition. This is on the second album, so they're giving him a little bit more leeway. The second album, they allowed him to write 2 songs, one a co-write. So they were giving him more leeway, and although he had control, I'm sure his managers and Wes Farrell were kind of helping him balance everything as he went along.
Yeah, this track was written by Johnny Cymbal and Peggy Klinger.
You know that duo, that recording, that songwriting duo.
So this is a little bit different than anything else was on the other record. It kind of gives you more of a rock edge, you know?
I also have to say about that first album, All I Want to Do Is Touch You was the B-side of the single Cherish. That should have been on the album as well, and they could have pulled one of those other tracks because that B-side is one of the better tunes of that time period. That should have been on the album, but
I will say this, that All Music, they have the review website. They called this probably the finest moment on the record, and they compare it to T-Rex's Electric Warrior.
What the?
I'm just saying.
And thankfully, no bongos.
So it's stretching before just the pop stuff. So just throwing it out there, kids. Just trying to keep it real in the feel, so to speak. DC, shall we play something else?
Yes, you have your selection already.
I do. I'm always ready. We're going to play I Am a Clown. This is off of Cherish. If I'm correct, I think I do believe this was a Tony Romeo pen ballad. It's got a spoken word intro. Well, we're just going to play it, but the strings are nice, breathy. Let's just play it. It got up to in 1973. It got up to number 3 in the UK.
So. Quick comment. As this song moves along, and I hate the beginning, but as this song moves along, it sounds to me like Classic 4's Stormy.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Just let us know what you think. Here we go.
See the funny little clown. See the puppet on a string. Wind him up, he'll sing. Give him candy and he'll dance.
This reminds me of Davy Jones.
So to feel that his funny face is real. Step right up and see him, folks. Couldn't you die at all his jokes? Couldn't you cry at all the tricks?
Jack Wilde. Didn't Jack Wilde pass away?
Certain not to stray.
Did he?
Because he'll steal your heart away.
Oh.
I am a clown. I am a clown. You'll always see me smile. You'll never see me frown. Sometimes my scenes are good. Sometimes they're bad. Not funny, ha ha. Funny, sad.
But don't you think this is a lot more mature than the Partridge Family stuff?
Look at the clown. Always a laughing face whenever you're around. Always the same routine. I never change. Not funny, ho, ho. Funny, strange. Sometimes I think the world is a circus town. Sometimes I feel I belong in a sideshow. Man on the flying trapeze, he ain't never coming down. He knows what I know. If you look inside, if I didn't hide, you might decide you don't want me. I am a clown.
I don't think we'll do
That's why
Leaf
I'm a clown. Just like the fool on the hill, begging to come down. I wanna live again. Oh, I
could hear Alice Cooper singing this. But he'd be singing about dead people in the morgue or something.
See the funny little clown, see the puppet on a string. Wind him up and he will sing. Give him candy, he will dance. But be certain not to feel if his funny face is real.
I mean, musically, it's fine.
It is. I mean, on my notes, I marked that as one of my favorite tunes on this album, but I did say that I did not like the spoken word.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
But that was popular in the 70s. So,
who had better records, David or Sean? Well, it's a good question.
I think David had better singles. Of course, a lot of them were covers. You can't go.
But he never had Utopia as the backing band on his record.
Does not get carried away there. Folks.
Never had Todd produce anything.
No, but I mean, Sean's singles were like "Hey Deanie." What was the other one? "Hey Deanie."
Kelly's coming with a 4.5.
I like that tune. It's of its time. Great melody. I don't like the spoken word beginning, but other than that, I think it's a great tune.
I mean, it is what it is. So far, I haven't really heard anything yet that really makes me think that he's stretching his legs out. But we're early. We're only on the first 2 records, and we're only playing, 3 tracks from each record. Mr. McFadden says, Sean Cassidy was too damn white. Ask anyone. Well, not terrible MOR, yeah. It would have fit really well on an AM station.
Oh, yeah. Remember all those tunes back in the day? They always had that spoken part. With the one with guy says, have you seen her? I like to go to the park and watch the children play. The future. Something about the future or whatever.
What, Dave, I have that 45 too. That was
our
to
friend,
do run.
Our friend Frank from Blue Ash says he met David twice.
Oh,
great guy. And I bet Blue Ash played on a few gigs, maybe at Idora Park with David Cassidy. I don't know. I'm just guessing the Rolodex of my mind.
Well, if anybody listened to that Red Cross show, don't forget the boys in Red Cross are big Partridge Family David Cassidy fans. And if you haven't watched it, watch it, because I asked them a question. I asked the boys, I said, well, what is it about the Partridge Family? I mean, how much of the Partridge Family is in Red Cross? They didn't seem to think too much, but they were very influenced. And they said that side 2 of, what record was it? Is Their Pet Sounds. There's side 2 that's a perfect record side on a Partridge Family album. I think it's on Shopping Cart or Shopping. I don't know. I think if we had Todd Evans here, he would know. But he said it's fantastic. But Red Cross worked with David Cassidy on a show or a movie or something. And they were asking him all about everything. And he thought that they were pulling his leg. But they're a big fan of David Cassidy's work, and they really were asking serious questions. And they said David Cassidy was a great guy.
Frank says the same. So
yeah. He says he was a great guy. And once he knew that they weren't messing with him, I guess he opened up and talked about it.
Yeah, you got to look at it from his end. He was catching so much crap and being put down left and right, and he's trying to make his way into music bids post Partridge Family. I'm sure the guys from Red Cross did not look like they would be devotees of the Partridge Family. Your initial thought's going to be, you guys are giving me shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Frank concurs. Yes, we opened for him at Idora Park, and I met him at a National Record Mart convention in the late 1980s. Yeah, I seem to remember Blue Ash playing Idora Park with David Cassidy on that spring thing.
Well, did you see that show?
Did not. I would have gone for the Blue Ash, but not for David back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Well, look
didn't
how
have the
you've
freedom
changed
of-
now.
I didn't have the freedom of my own transportation back
Okay.
then.
Jack says that Shopping Bag is a good Partridge Family album. The Red Cross guys thought that side 2 of that was a masterpiece. And that you really should give it a listen.
I'm going to do that.
Because they
based
said
on
the
Jack.
musicians, the production, the songwriting, they love all that stuff. So there you go. This is kind of why we're doing the David Cassidy show, because of that whole Red Cross thing. I thought, well, man, if Red Cross thinks highly of this stuff,
And
maybe we
folks,
should look at it.
a lot of times don't just write off all of this just because of maybe how it was cobbled together with a sitcom or a animated show. There are gems in these catalogs, and I'm always open to great new music. I love pop music. So if there's some gems here, and there are on these first 2 Cassidy albums, I'm good with discovering them these many years later.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. The Warehaus, come on, it's Grant's Rock Warehouse, but shit, we do all kinds of stuff. No to Andy Gibb. No, those Andy Gibb albums, the ones where Barry's producing them and they did the songwriting, most of them had all the brothers singing on them. They are fantastic records.
And folks,
don't forget, when those were done, the Bee Gees were hot. They could touch anything. Don't forget that those tracks on Saturday Night Fever, they wrote all those Bee Gees songs in half an hour. Yeah. They were on fire.
Stunning talent. And folks, we are planning a series of Italian crooners shows. The Warehouse.
All the crooners are from Steubenville, Ohio.
Dean Martin, Al Martino.
Al loves Shirley Jones.
She is, she's a lovely lady.
And Vicky loves Ruben.
Get
all
with
right,
Chad Everett.
What time is it? 42. Let's keep going. We got another track. Next track, kids, we are going to play, if I could read, it would help. Rock Me Baby, Some Kind of Summer. And again, this is the second solo album from Mr. Cassidy. We're going to listen to it. You let us know what you think. We're just trying to keep this real.
And I said this.
Go ahead.
I said this song has a me and you and a dog named Boo-ish feel.
All right, here we go. It does.
Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a summer? Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a time? I guess I never took the time to tell you how much I love you.
Well, we'll see, Kelly.
Now you and the road keep flashing through my mind. You and the road keep flashing through my mind. Caught a sunrise service on a Sunday in North Dakota.
I thought Janet was the youngest Jackson.
Imagine you and me singing in a gospel choir. Spent a rainy night on a river in Oklahoma. Saw the northern lights on a Minnesota night, and our souls went a little bit higher. Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a summer? Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a time? I guess I never took the time to tell you how much I love you.
Is it raining?
You and the road keep flashing through my mind.
Janet was younger, though.
You and the road keep flashing through my mind. The old DeSoto died on a hill it couldn't climb in Montana.
It's supposed to look like a Tiger Beat
The kid
magazine.
bought the wreck, said what the heck, I'll give you 35. So we were on our own, had our thumbs to take us home to California.
Don't forget to get your
By the time we
free
made
exclusive
Denver,
poster.
with our truck driving friend, we had wheels on fire. Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a summer?
In Margaritaville.
Didn't we have ourselves some kind of a time? Guess I never took the time to tell you how much I love you. Now you and the road keep flashing through my mind. You and the road keep flashing through my mind. You and the road on my mind.
Mr. Cassidy doesn't look like a senior citizen here.
We do.
What are you talking about?
That's what he's referring to, Kelly.
Kelly, what are you talking about?
The senior citizen Tiger
Hey,
Beat
I'm
cover.
offended.
I think that's he's kind
Sorry, I'm going to keep
insulting
coughing.
us.
Even the lounge chairs are white. Well, of course. I don't know. I think it's decent, but
That's
we've
good.
got more records to look at. So.
That's a great little summer pop tune for its time. Perfectly fine.
I mean, think about it, DC. You had this. You could have mixed this up with Carpenters. You could have mixed this
Easily.
in with Brad, and it'd fit right
Easily,
in.
and it would have fit right in, so to speak.
These songs are like a minute 30.
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day. Boom, boom, boom.
Stephen David, his hormones are in full bloom. I always thought Susan Day was real cute.
Yeah, I do like Susan Day. Very attractive. Very attractive.
Kelly says that was a strong 5.5.
That's a good tune.
But you're good looking. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I do what I can. I'm decomposing.
I'm not a
as
senior
we
citizen,
speak.
though.
I am. I'm decomposing as I speak.
Yeah, I could see DC age when we were driving to Pittsburgh. I could just feel him aging as we were going.
Feel me falling apart.
I could feel him falling apart, and when we got home, he looked totally different.
I touched up the painting in the attic.
Most of this was destined for a 70s AM. I would say so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, I mean, did people make it out as bad as it was? I think it's all right.
Once you kind of get a handle at times, it's tough to shake. So,
well, anyway, we'll look at two more David Cassidy albums. Now, all these records, the only one that ever got a CD release was Cherish. Rock Me Baby didn't get one. All the rest of them, the ones that we're looking at, some of those 80s ones got CD releases because that's what were out at the time, CDs. I'm not going to look at the 80s stuff. I'm more concerned about the 70s stuff.
As he got a little older, it was pure adult contemporary, which is fine. Hey, making a career in the arts and the music biz is tough. So you do what you have to do to make
See, this is taking Kathy back. I'd give both albums a 7. If I was still 10, I would have given them a 10. Well, there you go.
That's completely an honest review right there, folks.
That is. 70s AM was gold. This would have fit. Oh, yeah. You get everybody here, you know those Time Life CDs of all the what are they called? AM Gold or something? Those are fantastic.
Yeah. There was a treasure trove back then because every type of music was mixed together. You had pop, you had rock, you could have a song by The Who, then the OJs or Temptations, then, it was just a very mixed bag, all quality stuff.
Kathy, I don't know, but I'm looking at David Cassidy into his eyes right now, and I might be falling in love.
Uh-oh. I think I love you.
I think I love you.
But what am I so afraid of? Well,
didn't he do a Las Vegas? I think he and Sean did something.
Years. Yeah, the brothers did shows in Vegas, I believe. Yes, Webb.
I don't know what that means.
We're about ready to
I'm going over to Guitar Hack's channel here shortly. I was out for tacos and beers. This is what I've noticed with Webb. In between mowing the yard, he eats tacos and drinks a lot of alcohol.
The man leads a full life.
It's being a teacher all day. I mean, a babysitter all day takes it out of him.
Schools are tough these days. Whew. I have many friends in the education.
It is true. Who's talking David Cassidy except the where? Well, we are. We did that Osmonds thing. And, I will say this. There's a lot of great Osmond stuff. I mean, the Osmonds, to be fair, really rocked out.
Oh, David.
Listen to Crazy Horses.
Yeah, if David would have done a Crazy Horses, that would have broke the bounds that he was binded by.
Yeah. Webb owns his universe. We just live in it. Well, Webb owns his mower and his yard. Apparently, they harbored long-term unrequested feelings for Cassidy during the show. They had a short tryst after the show.
Oh, well, that's tough sometimes if you have an attraction and you're working with someone every day on a professional level. That's tough. Yes, Marie Oz, I'm very
I mean, I was with DC. We were working on a professional level going to Pittsburgh, and I started to develop feelings when we were talking to Frank Sessage. When DC, I kind of like him. I'm just joking. I'm 100% hetero, happily married, but
me too, folks. Settle down.
Just talking. I had a chef salad and drinking a Mountain Dew. Well, that sounds American.
There you go.
All right, kids. What time is it? 7:55. I should go. If you want to turn over to go over to Guitar Hack and see me cough over there, you can. We will be looking at Devo. I got to get a drink.
Love unrequited robs me of me rest.
See, it's the same kind of stuff.
That's a Todd reference right there.
Problem is, too many want to hang out with Ashley. You mean Ashley from Australia or Ashley, the trophy wife?
Lovely wife, Ashley.
Well, who wouldn't?
Well, she's a lovely lady.
I keep wondering why she's slumming with Webb, though.
Webb is very dashing, I think, especially.
You think it's the yard?
I think it's the yard. Mower. He's got to be turning heads in that neighborhood left and right.
You think that's it?
I'm sure of it.
Must be something. Where is the notification for this show you're still doing? Was it? Yes, I put it out. If you're a subscriber, it came out on the community chat. I put it on Facebook. I put it on the Warehaus thing. I put it out.
All subscribers were informed.
Subscribers were informed. Chris, you better check your subscription. You still have time. Barry Gibb isn't going anywhere. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't. Maybe
we're doing Devo, not the brothers Gibb.
Webb is good at trimming the hedges. Is that a euphemism?
What does that mean?
What are you saying, Vicky?
What does that mean? I need a little bit more
clarification, please.
Clarification on that. I don't know what that means. What time is it? 6:56? All right, I have a minute.
Yeah.
This is my third show for today. This next show will be my third show for today.
I have to say, other than Whip It, that's about all the Devo this old cat needs. Devo, Whip It was fun to dance to in the clubs.
Oh, why DC makes everything dirty.
Not everything, just about 80%.
Oh, yeah. Prolific Devo is on Guitar Hack. Yes, I didn't come up with the topic. He did. I said, yeah, if you want us to talk Devo, we can talk. I can talk Devo. I love Devo.
I'm doing David Cassidy, but I guess I could do Devo.
Grant is the hardest work.
Oh, folks.
No.
You have no idea.
Go ahead and tell them again, DC, what you endured.
When we took our trip to Pittsburgh, you don't know how absorbed and dedicated Grant is to this whole enterprise. I get up in the middle of the night, as I do, because my bladder is worthless. I come back, and I see on Grant's bed, he's got the laptop on his chest, and he's typing away, figuring out graphics for a thumbnail or something, or a list of songs or whatever. Completely dedicated, morning, noon, night, and overnight.
Yeah, I'm busy all the time. Robin isn't. Wait a minute. Robin, it's such a cool. What song? Mongoloid? Girl You Want. Girl You Want. Okay. Well, they're all good. I like them all. All right, kids, I'm going to get off here. We're going over to Guitar Hacks. Keep it clean, Rap the Rascal. And for God's sakes, buckle up because I want you to all be safe. And so does DC.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to hear that annoying buzzer sound. All right, we will be back next month for 2 more David Cassidy albums. We are going to make the journey together and see where it takes us. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. This isn't for everybody, but I try to do stuff that people don't do. So, all right, we'll see everybody. DC, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Grant. Take care, everybody.